Newcomb family, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dawn, this is Jerry. Welcome back to Living the Newcomb Life. Today we are going to harvest these sweet peppers, banana peppers off of our plant, and we are going to can some pickled sweet banana peppers. So Jerry's going to go ahead and harvest them because they are getting huge.
Check that banana pepper out. It is absolutely ginormous.
So what we're going to do to get started pickling our sweet peppers today is that we are going to make a brine. And in order to get all of the ingredients to incorporate together, we need to kind of simmer it for about 5 minutes or so, just to kind of melt the salt and the vinegar and the water and everything together, and all the different spices. So to get started, we're going to take 3 cups. Now we're tripling this particular recipe because we have 18 sweet peppers to do. So it's going to require a triple batch of the brine. So I'm going to go ahead and triple it. So I need 3 cups of white vinegar. So there's 2. One more cup of white vinegar, and then we're going to do equal parts of water. So that means we're going to also put in 3 cups of water. So I'm going to run over here to the sink and grab 3. So then we're going to add in 3 tablespoons of pickling salt, and as you can see right here, I've got the canning and pickling salt, and I've already measured out my 3 tablespoons. So we're going to add that to our brine. I'm going to go ahead and start this. Now we have already sterilized our jars. They are sitting in the other room waiting for us in the hot water. And we've started the water for to actually to water bath can the jars once they're full. So right now, we're gonna finish up with this brine. So then we need to add in 3 cloves of garlic smashed. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take a clove of garlic, we're gonna take this out of our knife, and we're just gonna squish it. And then we're going to throw that into our brine. That's our 2nd clove of garlic. And then 1 more. And what that does is that just makes the garlic exude the oils from inside and make it taste lovely. You can add more garlic if you really want to. This particular recipe calls for the 3 cloves. So then we're going to use some honey that we got from a friend of ours. And we're going to add 3 tablespoons of honey. Is it 3? We need 1 teaspoon of oregano for this recipe, so we're tripling, so we need 3 teaspoons of oregano, and this is just dried oregano that you get at the grocery store. We're going to put that in there. We also need the same amount of basil, so we need 3 teaspoons of basil as well. And then we need, so we're going to do 3 teaspoons of the black peppercorns. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So what we're going to do now is we are going to wait. I'm going to stir it, but then we're going to wait until it comes to a boil and let it do its thing for about 5 minutes. So there is our final product of the banana peppers. And now we are going to bring our jars in and set them out here so that we can pack the jars. All right. So we want to pack these jars. These are half pints, just so you know. They're not a full pint. We kind of figured that most of the time we would not use a whole jar for whatever we were making. And once you open the jar, you're going to need to use it in a reasonable amount of time. And we weren't sure that we would use like a quart jar or even a pint jar. So we decided to make them in small batches. So we have to pack these jars pretty tight. So we're going to take the peppers and pack them into our jars. And we do want to leave a head space. We want to leave about 1/2 inch of head space, which puts it at about this, the bottom ring here. So we have plenty of jars. We have a dozen in the pot back here. Okay, that'll do. The brine smells really good. Okay, so before we completely say that our jars are full, you need to take, they make a tool that you can run down in the side of the jars, but this is just a chopstick, this is actually like a plastic chopstick. You just want to run it down in the inside of your jars to make sure that all the air bubbles are out. And as you can see, everything kind of settles down in the jar a little bit more, and we will be able to add a little bit more brine to the jar once we get all the bubbles out and get everything settled in the jar. Kind of helps get the spices and stuff down through the peppers as well. Okay, and now to finish off, we're just going to top off the jars with a little bit more brine to bring it up to 1/2 inch headspace. Most of them are pretty close, but a couple of them did settle down a little bit. All right, now our next step is to take a little bit, take a paper towel, clean paper towel, and a little bit of vinegar. And we're just going to wipe off the rims of the jars to assure that they're clean and we get a good seal. Okay. So we're just gonna put the rings on now. Okay, and the next thing that we do is into the water bath. Okay guys, so the next step is to put the jars in the canner in the water bath for 10 minutes. So let me just preface this by saying this canner was my grandmother's. She gifted it to me. It's probably nearly as old as I am, so it's not the most beautiful thing in the world, but it works. It works great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put our sweet peppers in the canner bath, and in 10 minutes we'll be able to pull them out. When you put your jars in, you want to make sure that the water is at least an inch above the top of your jars so that the entire jar is in the water. And if it is really boiling, there is the chance that the water could boil off if you don't have an inch, and then it may go below the top of your can. So you want to make sure that the water stays above there. So it's always good to have at least an inch worth of water above your jars. Okay guys, that's the timer. 10 minutes is up. Let's get them out. Okay guys, so we are going to pull these sweet banana peppers, pickled sweet banana peppers out of the water here. We're going to put them on this cooling rack, and eventually, I don't know exactly how long it'll take, when they start to cool down, the jars will seal and you'll hear that, as Jerry says, that sound. And we'll know that the jar is sealed. If you check them in a couple hours and the top still springy, they have not sealed. If they don't seal, it's not the end of the world. You just have to refrigerate those. So, and you'll need to use them right away. They are not completely canned, but as long as the button in the top goes down and there's no spring to the top when they've cooled, then they are sealed.
All right, guys, how's it going? So it has been 33 days since we did our pickled sweet banana peppers, and we had to let them sit for at least 2 weeks. So it's time to do a taste test. So you can smell the pickling in it. So the vinegar, you can smell the herbs in it, a little bit of the black peppercorn. Let's see what it tastes like. Still has a little bit of that crunch to it. It's a pickled pepper. I don't really know how else to describe it. It does have a sweet taste to it, even though we didn't add any sugar or any sweetener to it. It does taste a little sweet. Not an overpowering pickled flavor. It's really good. Not sour like a sauerkraut, more like a pickle type of brine. Very smooth, not hot. Wow, that's really good. I could see how that could go on a lot of different things. That's really good. So you could put this on a sandwich to dress it up. You could put it in tacos to give it that little extra oomph. Or you could chop it up a little bit more and add it to chili to give it that little bit of extra spice. So, or you could add it with your tuna fish sandwich. You could cut this up and add it to your relish to give it that little bit of extra boost. Or you could just open up the jar and eat it as a snack by itself. It's really good, really smooth, not overpowering. I think it's really good, guys. Oh, yeah. We've got a lot of things that we're going to try with this. We're really looking forward to it. And if you guys decide to make this, please comment below or send us an email. We would really like to hear from you guys.
So thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate you coming along on our canning journey today. If you like this video, please hit the like button. We'd love for you to subscribe and come along on all of our videos. And if you can share this on your social media, that would really help us out. So thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate all of your support, and we will see you on the next video. Bye. Okay, do you think you can splice it in if I say, okay, we're gonna put it in now? Really? The whole thing? About the canner and everything? Okay, guys, so our next step is to put the jars in the canner and